I wanted to make this for my challengers. I know some of you have been having a difficult time as far as meal planning goes. Mostly because you're not really sure when to eat what. You feel like you either have too much or too little, and it's hard to fit it all in. And for me, it's some days almost impossible to fit all of my food in. I'm supposed to have my breakfast, 2 snacks, and then lunch, and with how busy I am at work, that is really hard to do. So I'm just going to go over, because I feel like what I hear a lot of the problem is that you don't know like where to put all of the containers, and you really have to plan it out. I've tried over and over again just doing it, on the fly, and waking up in the morning like, okay, I'll use a green and I'll use this and that, making it, and then what happens is I'll eat like random food that I know I'm supposed to have, but then I'll get to, nighttime, and I would not really have much of an option for dinner, or it would be things that did not make any sense. So what I have started doing, and I always made it work. My dinners didn't always, taste that great, or it was a really weird dinner. But ever since starting 22 Hardcore, they actually tell you what to eat with each meal and snack. They tell you how many of what colors to have. So it's helped me to really stick to my plan and actually have food that makes sense and tastes good together. So for example, with my breakfast, I'm supposed to have 2 yellows, 1 green, 1 red, 1 purple, and a spoon. So what I'll do is I have that worksheet that I put in the challenge group for you guys, where you want to add how many calories a day you're allotted, and then there's a box for each color container, and you want to write in each color container how many of those a day you're supposed to have. So then you go down to breakfast, and there's all those containers listed again. You want to plug in how many of what container do you want with your breakfast. So for me, I'd put a 2 in yellow and a 1 in green, red, purple, and a spoon. And then as you're planning out your meal, you'll just plug foods into those containers. So for example, I go through my yellow list, and okay, black beans and quinoa sound good together for breakfast. And then I'll throw some peppers in there, and then an egg on top, and I just fry it all in a pan with my spoon. I'll use coconut oil, mix it all together, and then you have just like an egg scramble with your protein, carb, and veggies. And then for my fruit, I'll just cut up an apple and have that on the side. Sometimes I'll have peanut butter with the apple if I'm at home, but if I'm going to work, then that's kind of too much for me. And then for my snack, I'll have my Shakeology, and then I'll have a fruit in it. So that's how I do it, and it makes it so much easier, because when I get to the end of the day, I have all this stuff planned out, and I know I've gotten everything in. So even when, I go to work and I don't have time to have all of my, first and second snack before lunch, I'll at least have my second snack after lunch and know that I got that in. So it just takes planning. It's a lot of people say it's hard, but it's not hard. It just takes planning, and really eating healthy does take planning, especially when you're trying to, teach yourself the habit of it, because as we know, at least for me, when I get home and I'm starving, if I didn't plan ahead, then I want something quick. And when my stomach is hungry for some reason, like fruits and vegetables are not what I want. Like I want cereal or a bag of chips or something like that that's like super easy to grab. So if I'm not, prepped, and if I don't have like something that's healthy that's going to fill my belly, like, because carbs is what I crave when I'm hungry, like quinoa or like a sweet potato, something like that, then I fall off and I fail. So just planning, and that's how I use the system and plug it in with that worksheet. It works awesome for me. If you guys have any questions about how to use the worksheet, or any ideas of what foods to have, meal options, ideas, anything like that, then just drop a comment below and I would be happy to answer for you.